Now, the next big race on the opening day, of course, is the Champion Hurdle. And we had a facile winner last year. Unfortunately, he's not with us anymore after bolting in by 22 lengths. Now, top of the market here is Benny the Dew, but the intention is that she'll set fair for the big clash in the Mayor's Hurdle later on in the week. But Epatante jumped right up towards the top of the market after a great win last time. And Envy Allen is still there, and so too is Honeysuckle. I think this market is going to turn on its head, I think, later on in the week. Frank, if I could start with you this time. Did Epatante really do enough to go to the top of the market with that win?
Well, it's just a function of how poor the race would look at the moment that she's there. Like, if you even think of what she'd done, the race was run relatively slowly. The finishing speed was 105%, which means basically they went slow enough and sprinted at the finish, which would really suit her. She's a strong traveller who can quicken. My worry would be she was very impressive at Kempton last year as well, and she was kind of keen when she won at Exeter, so much so they put a hood in her for the Mayor's Novice. And I'm not sure it was even the track. I think it'd just be the occasion might have got to her. Now, she still only beat Silver Streak 5 lengths, and he was like 15 lengths third in last year's Champion Hurdle. Even though it's weak, I'd be just worried about her. I just don't think, if this turns into any bit of a stamina test, I think she'll get found out. I took a chance on Sirius Emery a couple of weeks ago before the Red Mills Hurdle, and my simple thinking was he was about 10 to 1 for probably the best champion chase we've seen in a long time, and he was trading at a double figure price. He's still 7 or 8 to 1 for a Champion Hurdle, where only one horse is rated over 160 at the moment, and that's Sharjah. Now Epatante's rated 159 and she'll get £7. I'd be worried about her. So I think if you run to mid 160s here, you have a mighty chance of winning the race. And he's rated 165 over fences, so his jumping would not be enough at Gorn, but he's got an engine, and I expect his jumping to improve an awful lot. It's Willie Mullins, and they're going back for a Champion Hurdle for a reason. They think they can land a pot with him. I would be thinking anyway. But
just one word on what's your thoughts on Pentland Hills?
If you like Pentland Hills, you have to back Cornerstone Lad. So Cornerstone Lad was giving him weight at Haydock when 3/4 of a length behind him, and Cornerstone Lad's about 33 to 1. Cornerstone Lad won the Fighting Fifth Grade 1, beating Bouverdare up north. He's trained by Mickey Hammond, so people are just dismissing him. But there was no fluke about the run at Haydock. He's only beaten 3/4 of a length, staying on again at him. Pentland Hills, personally, I think he's an awful price. When I'm pricing that race up, I'd be surprised if I'm at a double figure price.
Okay.
Whether the rest of the compilers are the same as me now would be different, but
okay, you've made a very good case for the fact that he shouldn't be 5 to 1. Ian, Champion Hurdle, what's your selection?
Will, of course, Sublime in it. He's just in the last few weeks he's been working very well. He got a little job done in his wind, and it's obviously helped him. He is a horse that always works well, but he seems to be, just the last few weeks, he's really come to himself. I think he's around 16 to 1. Pentland Hills is 5 to 1. He beat him last year in the Triumph. Pentland Hills hasn't done much this year. To me, he's 3 times the price. He has an each way chance, but it's a very open race. Like Solo at 6 to 1, you couldn't see him having any chance at 6 to 1. He's a ridiculous price.
He'll run in the Triumph.
Pentland Hills the same, 5 to 1. Honeysuckle's not going to run. Envy Allen's not going to run. Benny the Jew's not going to run. It's a very open race, and Course Sublime, he's ran well at the track. He would have a chance.
Thomas, your selection for the Champion Hurdle?
Yeah, I'm probably going to sound a bit mad now because I actually fancy Pentland Hills. Look, discard his form for this year, obviously, and even the last day in Haydock, he pulled very hard early. He walked through the second last. I actually don't know what Nico was doing. He was following Cornerstone Lad, got half blinded and literally stepped at it and walked through it. I think on that he probably would have won that day. He probably would have bet Ballyandy if he jumped the second last. But just going back on his festival form last year, obviously track and trip, and just hoping maybe if the ground dries up that little bit. But as Ian says, it's a weak affair. Like when you're knocking 5 or 6 of them out of the top.
I think the one thing in Pentland Hill's favour is that he probably needs a race that's run at a really good, strong
exactly,
pace.
Yeah, because
he
has been very keen. Yeah, he has been very keen. Should not have them.
Well, Champion Hurdle is getting very confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can shed as much light on it now. I can't have Epatante. Bombed at Cheltenham last year, hasn't been seen in 2020, and started coughing mysteriously as soon as the coronavirus hit England. So I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. You have Envoy Ellen's not going to run, Benny Dedu's not going to run, Honeysuckle sadly isn't going to run. I don't see why. That news obviously came out today. She goes for the mares. Pentland Hills, I think 101 5-year-olds have ran in the Champion Hurdle since Ciudad, and only 2 of them have won. Catchett won a terrible renewal, and last year I think it was just a weird race with Espoir Dalan. Chilas Emery only decided they were going a couple of months ago. Solo isn't going to run. Frank, I hope you weren't involved in 6-1 quote about Solo in the Champion Hurdle.
We get Tim to try. The rating he's got is an absolute farce.
Yeah, Solo 157 is all right. Super Sunday, I was crying for him to go for this race. You know, a couple of years ago, he's probably just too old now. Sharjah could be one that could run well. Ian mentioned Curragh Sublime could go okay. It's just, and we're getting on to a horse called Darver Star, who's.
Yeah, well, I was going to save that question for David here.
Yeah, David will probably tell you more maybe. But look, Jesus, in an open race, he has as good a chance as anything. You know, a huge run in the Irish Champion. I think that was actually a decent time on the day as well, if I'm not mistaken. And Honeysuckle was my selection. I really hoped she'd go. Yeah, Darver Star maybe at a big price.
Well, that brings us to, I was going to ask you about the Irish ones outside of Silas Emery, Super Sunday and Darver Star.
Yeah, the Champion Hurdle is such a bad race. I don't think there's going to be any winner of it this year, to be honest. I'm going to say Darver Star. Listen, your guess is as good as mine. There's holes in them all. Silas Emery gets 2 mile well, he jumps okay, and that's the smallest hole I can pick in a horse. But Darver Star, he's not in the betting there. I'd say he's around 16-1 or something, is he? Yeah. May throw a few quid on him each way. Another couple of strides, he was up and he had Honeysuckle beat. He's ridden from very far off the pace, and you know, if Honeysuckle was 4-1 for a Champion Hurdle, Darver Star, he shouldn't be 16-1.
And did he meet with a bit of trouble in running in Leopardstown in behind?
I'm not sure. I rode him in Navan one day. We found all the trouble in the world and still couldn't win on him. In a bad maiden.
No, Jonathan Moore was saying that he blamed, I think he blamed Sharjah or something for taking him back a bit at Leopardstown. But he was giving him a very, very big chance, Darver Star, each way, and I think he worked very well at Leopardstown yesterday as well.
Dessie, just on that, I think we have the owner here, so he might let us know exactly.
Who's that?
The man there, the owner. He might let us know how well he went around Leopardstown.
Who said he's no chance? I didn't. I hope any of the things we're saying here were correct. Are you looking forward to the big race, a big run?
We think we have a cracking chance. He said we're not going to sit Gavin and medicate about it. Going on the farm, they won't be farming. We ran Honeysuckle to Uranus just be a half length. We didn't get a run in the right band. We were blocked in, and when we got out, we weren't beaten 2.5 lengths by Abbott Caballos and by Allen.
Form is there anyway.
We're enjoying the week back after, so the right first half, I think I needed a bit of half hours of the day, and we're looking forward to the same. Everybody's enjoying around the area.
Certainly his form since he's gone to.
The second first race he won in Waxman.
Yeah. So he doesn't know anything at this stage.
Proved that way, so I think he was fine for that line.
Well, it's a good job we didn't offend you anyway with any of the comments anyway. Barry, you'd have been in trouble now over not telling us he was here. Anyway, the very best of luck, and I hope you get a great run from him. Yeah.